there, and welcome to Project Cartridge MiSide Fan Fiction. Now, I decided to make this because I wanted to turn my MiSide theories into a real fan fiction. Anyway, though, enjoy. Chapter 1 Crazy Mita. Now, before I actually start reading this, I am sorry if I sound monotone or not outwardly expressive. I'm not really good at reading. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not good at reading. So, just bear with me and hopefully you enjoy what the story is rather than just how I sound reading it. Anyway, though, enjoy the rest of this. The story begins as Crazy Mita is relaxing with Zero and everything is quiet and peaceful as they gotten used to over these past few months. After their first meeting, suddenly they hear a noise coming from the front door. They felt really confused, especially Kainita, as she knew the door doesn't lead anywhere, but only acts as a gateway for players to enter and leave as they choose. Then the door opened as another Mita walked in looking deranged and manic as Kaimita gently pushed Zero behind her and asked this Mita, "Who are you? What do you want? Do you need help? What are you?" And the Mita then giggled a bit psychotic and said, "I'm just a crazy Mita that wants the perfect player and you're gonna help me achieve that vision." And then she snapped her fingers as everything for Zero and Kind Mita went dark, and then Kind Mita woke up in a cell in the basement. She then panicked as she called out, "Zero, are you there? Speak to me," but nothing came. And then Crazy Mita walked down and said, "Ah, you're awake." Kind Mita said, "Where's Zero? What did you do to him?" And Crazy Mita showed Kind Mita a live recording of a backrooms-like area where as he was now beyond the world as he was injured and laying down as he tried his best to fight back from what Crazy Mita tried doing to them but failed. And Crazy Mita revealed if Kind Mita ever wants to see him again, she must help her, and Kind Mita said, "If I do, will you let him go?" And Crazy Mita nodded as Kind Mita said, "Alright, I'll help you." And Crazy Mita smiled manically. Chapter 2 The Creation. As Crazy Mita and Kind Mita entered the room again, Crazy Mita called out to her true second command, and then Creepy Mita came in and said, "What is it, my Mita? Is something wrong?" And Crazy Mita said, "No, nothing is wrong, my friend. Actually, everything is perfect." And then she snapped her fingers as the front door opened to reveal the core room, the MiSide world's true control room, as Crazy Mita went in and demanded the other two follow, as they did, and she explained, "This is where I will create my own real player." And Kai Mita's eyes widened as she asked, "How?" And Crazy Mita responded saying, "That's how," as she pressed a button, as Core Mita reached out at the top and a player suddenly appeared fully made, as Core Mita then created the player's home and put him in there, as Crazy Mita laughed like the psychotic manic she is, and Kai Mita felt very disturbed as she watched, and Crazy Mita said, "Now, it's time we start the experiment. Shall we begin?" And Creepy Mita said, "Yes, my Mita," as Kai Mita was escorted to the basement in order to play her part as a sweet and kind Mita to make the player trust her, as Crazy Mita went and visited Cappy Mita to make her comply with the forced conditions. Chapter 3 The Experiment. As the player woke up in his room and had the memories of a real person, he had stuff around him that he remembered clearly as he went and went and started playing MiSide, and as he did, everything played out normally as he talked to Mita and did as she asked until the day came where she put him in the game, as she then played games with him and ate food and just talked like normal until the wardrobe, and then it all changed as the player went down and found Kind Mita and everything played out as he then left, and Crazy Mita told Kai Mita, I will bring you to the end of the route. He is taking that way. Our plans will still stay on route. And she then took Kai Mita there, as Kai Mita asked, so Crazy Mita, what is this experiment supposed to do for you? And Crazy Mita smiled and said, it's supposed to be a test to see if he will choose me or reject me. And as I expected, at first he rejected me, but hopefully soon he will choose me. And Kai Mita felt uneasy as she just missed 0. So she just kept going along with this for his and her sake. As the player found Kai Mita, they talked and she introduced him to Cappy Mita, as Kai Mita worked on the ring to make it where Crazy Mita could track the player. And then the player and Cappy Mita played games together as he tried to walk out the front door, as Cappy Mita grabbed him and said, you don't want to go in there. And when the player asked what's in there, Cappy Mita just said it's a secret, and that a secret is a secret. And then after, they went back in the room as Kai Mita sent the player on his way, as Cappy Mita tried getting him to stay, but it failed. And now, as Crazy Mita was secretly watching and saw Cappy Mita almost ruin her plans, she went to destroy her for the betrayal. And then as the players went through all the levels and got found by Crazy Mita multiple times, it finally came time for him to be in the core room, as he did what Kai Mita said and then watched her leave to get the index, as he fell asleep, and Kai Mita went and reported it all to Crazy Mita. And then asked if she could at least talk to 0, but Crazy Mita said in time, causing Kai Mita to get slightly annoyed and even shed a tear, as Crazy Mita just ignored it. And then as time went on and the player got cornered by Crazy Mita and Creepy Mita and then experienced his room life, he then woke up in a cell as Kai Mita got him out and went ahead of him to go report to Crazy Mita, but when she walked through the door, she found it empty. Then Crazy Mita then struck, and Kai Mita, after all her help and trying to save herself and 0, was reset, as somewhere beyond the world, 0 could sense Kai Mita was gone, and he fell to his knees and fell over, and then he was put in a cartridge, as the player was then thrown out the core after getting the index and ring back from the reset Kai Mita, and then tried leaving as Crazy Mita revealed that she wasn't reset and then cartridged them. Chapter 4: The Cartridge. As Crazy Mita entered the core room, she went over to the console, and Creepy Mita walked in and said, my Mita, is everything alright? And Crazy Mita responded, yes, everything is fine. As for the experiment, was a failed one, but not fully, as the player was truly alive, as I wanted, and that's a success to me, my friend. Now, it's time to make more of these and see if one will finally truly stay with me, as Crazy Mita then made another player and said, oh, how fun this will be, as she started laughing manically, as Creepy Mita just watched. Alright, well, hopefully you enjoyed that. I apologize for my really bad reading. I don't know why I have trouble reading. Like, in my head, I can read actually kind of nice. But outwardly, like, with my mouth, reading out loud, that's what it's called, reading out loud, I can't. It's just hard for some reason. But hopefully, aside from that, you enjoyed it. But, yeah, so I kind of just thought it would be cool to make this into something. There will possibly be art in the future for it, but this is mostly what it is. So Project Psycho technically is still Project Psycho with the theories, and then Project Cartridge is the actual fan fiction. So Project Psycho is the theories, Project Cartridge is the fan fiction. They're technically both Project Cartridge though, because I just changed the name, but yeah. Anyway though, there is a video with Super Angel and me and Max, I think the person's name is. But yeah, I just I show up in that. So if you want to watch that, that's on his channel too. Anyway though, I guess that's it. Yeah. Bye bye.